$100,000 townhouse here. What can I get there? If I sold it and I walk away with like,
With, let's say 500, for 500,000, you can get a villa, mansion, a very big place.
really?
Mhm.
Or a penthouse in town, right downtown. Yeah, absolutely.
I can see you,
Ah,
my real
that's
estate
smile.
person. And you can also just look on some auction things to see what they have. I have one client and she bought a beautiful apartment in the city center, 3 bedroom, huge apartment, like 2 living rooms. And she found it on auction. And then my real estate person helped her purchase it. So if you just want to play around and look at some like auction blocks in Cape Town, there's actually an entertainment building that is going for about 250,000. 2 stories. You can have your own jazz club. Think about it. Anyway,
Wait
you
a minute.
guys.
Look,
I
I'm
Mhm.
serious.
like this conversation.
Wait, hold on. I mean, and honestly, Wandy, like this is where the people that I'm talking to are finance folk from Morgan Stanley, that managing directors, and at least on this side, right? So T. Rowe Price and people that I'm looking at. We spent um, at the Outer Banks. We spent probably $20,000, maybe 30 for the week between food and the house that we got, which had 15 bedrooms and things like that. But I'm
Wow.
saying, like, if we're spending money like that here, you know,
Mhm.
why not begin to buy things and do what we need to do somewhere else while we still can and enjoy it?
There's been a lot of people, a lot of other people who have been doing that from the European continent, and I've just been
Hmm.
trying to tell a lot of African Americans that they should do the same,
Yes.
um, because it's definitely a great investment. We can actually make that part of Jazz Week if they want to. If we should make just like a conversation with like my real estate person, and maybe just drive around the city and look at some places that are for sale. Um, all right, you guys, we are going live. I'm just going to share this to, I want to share it to a group. Let's see. It's public already. Okay, done. All right, anyway, we'll share it later.
Okay.
We will start the conversation. We are live, so watch what you say, everyone. I am live with Marcus Johnson, and I'm super excited to talk to the Marcus Johnson, one of my favorite jazz artists. He is based in the Maryland area, Washington, D.C. area. He also has a wine brand called Flow, and he has a lifestyle brand. So it's not just about music, it's not just about wine, it's about entertainment and community and having a good time and living your best life. And we also have Wandy on the line. Wandy is interested in coming to Cape Town, so she's going to be our person who asks all the good questions, I hope. We are talking about Jazz Week in Cape Town happening March 24th through the 31st. It's such an amazing time because there's actually two really great jazz festivals in Cape Town at that time. It's pretty magical. I don't think any other city has two major jazz festivals in the same city at the same time. So what we're gonna do is talk about the itinerary, and then just answer any questions that you have. Hey Marcus, do you want to say something?
I am very excited about this whole the prospect of getting back to Cape Town. I originally visited the city, or in South Africa as a country, when I was a law student, a business school student at Georgetown. And when I landed, we were landing in Cape Town. I was like, what is this? That was a long
Hmm.
time ago, right? So when I first came, so it's like for me, I want everyone to have that what is this experience. And I smile, and as I'm talking about it and the trip with other people, I'm like, look, I'm working with my girl Tuani, and let me let you know what happened. She went over there, saw it, came back, got her stuff. Right? I don't say stuff, but she got her stuff packed up, was like, deuces, y'all, I'm out of here. And you look at it and it's like it may just be the time for other people to start exploring the opportunities of Africa and South Africa and a growing market. I mean it's growing, it's beautiful, it's first world, and it's mind.
Yes. It is all of what you said, and Marcus, you're absolutely right. But I think, like, Marcus, so Marcus and I, just to give you guys a little background, Marcus and I go way back. I don't know how I met Marcus, but I think it was probably over email. And I was just like, I'm having this wine event. Can you come perform? And he said yes. And
I don't
and
even
then
it just everything just happened so like it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, was it that, or did I did I meet you before the folk at before I met Fern and them at Black
met
Lines?
me before Fern. You met me
Yeah.
before them because I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that, well, I'm gonna
Oh,
check my emails and go back, but I think
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you met me before Fern and then I introduced you to them.
Yeah, because I was dating at the time I was dating just when we first started, and I was dating Bianca, and I remember that, and we did some things. Yes, absolutely. Yep.
I love it. Marcus, me and you are like twin flames. Like I can remember things about who I was dating at the time. I was dating this person. This is what happened in my life.
Yeah, man, there's no doubt about that one.
So I
I'll never
was
get that
so
time period at all.
So I was living a pretty great life in LA. And when I came to Cape Town, and I just mentioned this because like people wonder if they'll be able to adjust to life abroad, right? But I lived in LA, a major city, and it was amazing life. And then Cape Town is like the same energy and the same vibe. So I'm super happy to be here, and I love welcoming people into the city. And so that's what this, I was about to say Afro Wine Week. That's what this Jazz Week is all about. So it's a meet us in Cape Town. Marcus is returning to Cape Town. He'll be here for the entire week, and it's a week that you literally get to spend with a celebrity musician, like up close and personal. Marcus will be with us along the way, every step of the way. And I'm just gonna run through the week really quickly. Should I bring up the itinerary, or should I just talk about the week? What do you guys think is the best
Uh,
way?
you should
Let's
probably
bring it.
bring up the itinerary.
Let's bring up the itinerary. Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Wandy, are you still with us? Are you doing okay? She might be on mute.
I'm still here. I'm enjoying you guys' banter.
Say we don't need no audience.
Sometimes we just get into it because we're so used to just like talking. Um, and okay, so can you guys see my screen okay?
I can, yes.
Yes, yes, yes,
All
yes.
right, perfect. So I'm just gonna expand it for my own liking. Move this out the way. All right, so let's get into this itinerary. So, you guys, listen, this is the price. Don't let that price scare you, right? Look at that price, compare it to other trips, other tours that you have, and you will see that this is actually a very, very, very good price. And it's not every day that you get to hang out with a celebrity musician. And so, some of the trip highlights are evenings with Marcus Johnson, for example, our welcome dinner. Our welcome dinner is going to be at this rooftop restaurant. Marcus is going to perform. We're going to have like a 3 or 5 course meal. And we're just going to like have good community. And then, of course, the Cape Town Jazz Festival and then the Montreux Jazz Festival. And I had to throw in my very famous Sips with Soul tour. So those are just like some of the basic highlights. But let's get into this itinerary. Where's my itinerary? Okay, here we go. So day one. So day one, everyone arrives. Hopefully you arrive in time early. Take the earliest flight that you can, or arrive a day early if you want to. We can arrange that for you. But we're basically going to kick it off with our welcome dinner and jazz performance with the great Marcus Johnson. You'll get to meet him. You'll get to greet him. So this includes your dinner, a glass of wine. All other alcoholic beverages are on your own, and the jazz music, of course. And then the second day is when we do my very famous Sips with Soul tour. So we go to Black-owned wine farms, tasting rooms, wineries that have a head Black winemaker, and also restaurants, really cool restaurants that are Black owned. So it's
And the
super fun.
food and the food there is like that's one of the things I always remember about Cape Town and the Cape in general. Like it is it like Paris is a good food city for me. New York is a great food city for me. And Cape Town has its own greatness that is world class. I put it up there with everything else. I mean,
Yeah, and I love it because it's such an international city, so you get all kind of different flavors, but then even just the South African flavors are just as diverse as the people in South Africa. So you can get your Cape Malay, you can get your Durban curry, you can get your Bantu African foods like your sheep's head, your crocodile. Ah, I love it.
yes.
Okay, and so then the next day, the third day, we actually do our Mother City tour. So this is pretty much just like our normal tour that we do, like any tour that you would do in Cape Town, almost like any tour that you would do in Cape Town. But this time you get to go see Table Mountain and you just get to drive around the city and see the city and learn about the city as well. And Table Mountain is beautiful. I'm so lucky I get to look at Table Mountain every single day. It's amazing.
You can't explain it, man. You know what I mean? That thing, that in and of itself, I think it's a travesty that we don't talk more about, the beauty, the natural beauty of Table Mountain. People who like to hike, it's a great hike. It's a scary hike. I'm not a 5 inches from my life guy, but that is definitely a place like that where it is amazing. And even you're not far from the Cape of Good Hope, and yeah.
And so the cooking class, okay, so then that's in the morning time and during the day, and you end a little bit early. You end at 3 o'clock so you can change, relax, and then you can come back out that night. So that night, the third night, you have options. A cooking class with Marcus Johnson, or you can do an art experience, an art and wine experience. And so those are your two options for that night. And the cooking class, can you talk about how you usually function in a cooking class, Marcus? I can imagine that it's hilarious.
Yeah, well, one of my friends who's a very good cook and a dear friend of mine, she was like, "So do you really cook?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, but I'm there." And I do cook. Please don't get me wrong. I mean, my daughter loves my food. But like when my friend puts together her pasta, I'm just sitting on the side. She's like, "I'm adding some capers and this, that, and the other." I'm like, "Yo, that's great. You write it down in the book, I can follow it, but I'm gonna watch you do what you do." But the idea is just I'm there. It's part of cooking for some people is not just the time, it is the vulnerability to sit back and like go through the process. And I share my we'll call it vulnerable state and work with the cook to find some fun things that we can do and create. So in the past, we've done things like a pork belly, prepared it, but to use it in a bourbon, bacon, and chocolate. So we had a like old fashioned with the bacon that we prepared and learned how to make old fashions. The others we did truffles in a dinner, and it was really great. So it's a couple of hours, but it's just fun, and I learned there too. But what would you say? I protect everybody else's vulnerabilities with my non-cooking ass, excuse me. So we have a little bit of fun there, and it's great.
Oh, I stopped sharing. Let me share again. I'm sorry. We also want to welcome Deanna. Deanna just came onto the call.
Hey, Deanna.
All right. Um, So no, I would imagine too that we'll have your music playing in the background. And if you haven't listened to Marcus' music, you can find him on Spotify, on Apple Music, everywhere, anywhere you listen to your streamed music, you can find him. So my suggestion is before the trip, download his playlist, join his playlist. Marcus, you can tell them the right directions on how to do this, but just start listening to his music and get in the mood for this, right? Because it's so amazing.
Absolutely. You can find all my stuff on Spotify, Pandora. That's in the United States, Pandora, but like Spotify around the world. Any of the YouTube channels that you may have, and most streaming services. But if you go to MarcusJohnson360.com, that's the best way to find out, what I'm doing, where I am, and the background, and everything from the music to, being a professor of entertainment law and business at Howard University to the things I've done in TEDx talks and, really my company Flow for the love of with wine, candles, music and things like that are lifestyle based and doing things flow for the love of you.
So listen, Marcus, I made a mistake. Theodora was just here. You know Theodora Lee, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And so she came and she didn't bring any of her wine. And I didn't even mention to her, hey, bring a bottle or two, because I just assume she travels with wine wherever she goes, because I do. So I'm personally telling you right now, with witnesses, make sure you bring some of that flow wine to us, please.
We got you, Shadi. No
Oh,
doubt.
no, oh, I love it. All right. So then we're going to move on to Friday, you guys. This week, aren't you already just like so excited and having a good time thinking about this week? Oh, but you know what? It's been such an intense week. We're gonna start off the day with some meditation with Marcus. So morning yoga and meditation with Marcus Johnson. So just think poolside. Our host hotel is to Rockefeller, and they have this beautiful pool. It's like I call it indoor outdoor because it's really indoor, but the roof is like glass, and so you get a lot of sunlight. Um, but we're gonna do yoga around the pool with Marcus. And so that'll be on Friday morning. And then you'll have all day Friday to just kind of relax for that and prepare for the night because it's gonna be such a long night. This is when we go to the Cape Town Jazz Festival. So the Cape Town Jazz Festival is that Friday night. They haven't announced who's performing yet, but I can tell you from past jazz experiences, they have been amazing performances. Like for example, Erykah Badu performed one time, Shaka Khan performed one year. They've just been really amazing. Those are the United States artists, but it's an international jazz festival, so they have musicians literally from all over the world. Um, so we're gonna go hang out at the jazz festival with Marcus Johnson. And Marcus, how do you roll when you go to jazz festivals? What do you like to do? Do you like to stay at the main stage? Do you go to the smaller rooms? How do you usually roll at jazz festivals?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of times I'll know the people, and so I'll call somebody up and I'll sneak backstage. Who knows? We may be able to find out beforehand. And if it's somebody I know, maybe we can take some of the group and see what the backstage is like, call the promoters, and have my team reach out to them and say like, hey, look, he's not playing this year, but can we come visit? And we have a bunch of different friends that we can do that. I just did a new deal for distribution with one of the basically Virgin Records, so I'm sure we can make some accommodations there, and then just enjoy it. I love the food. I just played at the at an international folk festival, but it was more of a food festival in North Carolina, and I went for the food, and it is a great place to see like the local and to get a feel of what's happening locally, as well as the world class components of things as well. So,
I love
I
that.
yeah, yeah,
Marcus and I are so much alike because and you know what? I feel like that's the benefit too. That's why I call this Meet Us in Cape Town because I love for when people come to Cape Town for them to feel like they're having a very local experience. Plus, anybody that knows me knows that I love VIP, VVIP. So I'm always trying to figure out how can we get the VIP treatment. So, and I love that Marcus has that same thought in mind. So, of course, there's some things that are mentioned that are not mentioned in this itinerary, but that are just inherent when you hang out with me and Marcus. So I'm super excited about that.
yes. It's gonna
And
be
then the next day, we go to the Montreux Jazz Festival, right? So this jazz festival is super like it's important to the international jazz scene. It's actually started in Switzerland and they have it every year in Switzerland. I almost snuck off to Switzerland to go to it this year. But they're having it for the first time, a version of it in French Hook, which is about an hour outside of Cape Town. It's one of the premier wine regions. So when you think about Napa and Sonoma, Stellenbosch and Franschhoek are equivalent to Napa and Sonoma. So that's the Napa and Sonoma in South Africa. So we'll go to, but the day doesn't just start with the jazz festival. We'll wake up pretty early, head out to have lunch before the jazz festival at the 100% Black-owned wine farm, Klein Hoenders. So we'll have lunch there. They usually do a lamb on the spit braai with some traditional South African sides. We'll be nice and full, nice and relaxed, and then we'll head over to the jazz festival. So it's going to be a long day, but a really cool day where you get to see even more of South Africa. I'm looking forward to that day.
Me too.
And then on the last day, on the very last day, we have our farewell jazz brunch. So we'll have this jazz brunch at a restaurant because we're going to need a little bit of this after this week. Therapy is the name of the restaurant. They have a very cool outdoor patio. We'll do a jazz brunch there, and then we'll head, yeah, and then the next day you head home. No, the next day. Oh, I'm sorry. I just told a lie. So the jazz brunch, that's when we'll do our farewell jazz brunch with bottomless mimosas. And then we'll have our Monday is the free day. So the Monday free day in Cape Town, look how beautiful Cape Town is. This is where you just get to explore Cape Town on your own, buy souvenirs, go to a favorite restaurant. I have a list of top 10 restaurants. You can go to one of those restaurants. Just hang out and enjoy the sunshine. March is the perfect time of the year because it's the end of summer and it's the beginning of fall. So some days might spike up to like, 75 degrees, 80 degrees even, but most days are cool, like 67, between 67 and 70 degrees. But it's sunny. I think this might have been in March, actually. I have on my big coat because the wind makes it a little bit chilly and you just never know with Cape Town, but look how sunny it is.
So I say that Cape Town is San Francisco's sister city,
Yes.
right? So if you think of San Francisco and Bay Area weather, it's kind of the same. It's the same kind of cool ocean. Because in the way that the current comes down from Alaska, the Pacific is very cool. The Atlantic is that part is cool. Big, it's the whole shark thing and all that. But it is the weather for me is very much like a mixture. Well, I wouldn't say LA because LA gets very, very, very hot. But I say it's like San Francisco meets San Diego.
It's like San Francisco for sure because that cold breeze comes in. So like
Yeah.
if it weren't for the ocean or if there were a different ocean, Cape Town would be very, very warm. But the reason that the wine grows so well here is because of that cold wind that comes in and cools down the grapes during harvest time. So yeah, when you come, just be prepared to layer up. That's always my just layer up. And wear comfortable shoes. Cape Town is not a city like Detroit or Chicago where people are always dressed up with their high heels and their business suits. Cape Town is definitely like LA vibes where people will wear sandals to dinner at night. But yeah. So let's talk about what's included in this trip, you guys. And then after we do this, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments if you're watching online, or you can DM me if you're watching post this live conversation. DM me or DM Marcus. MarcusJohnson360.com is the name of his website. And you can find him by just typing in Marcus Johnson in Google. Marcus Johnson, keyboard pianist, and then you will be able to find him. So what's included? Ground transportation. So all your ground transportation is included. We pick you up from the airport. It's included for all of the activities that we go to, including the dinners. Dinner and Jazz with Marcus is included, the Sips with Soul wine tour, the Art and Wine experience, or the Cooking with Marcus experience. You get to choose your dinner that night. Either you want to cook it or you just want to listen to some jazz while an artist talks about their work and eat your dinner. And then the Cape Town Jazz Festival, of course, is included, tickets to that. Tickets to the Montreux Jazz Festival is also included. So in total, you get 2 dinners, 4 lunches, daily breakfast at the hotel. And listen, that's personally the hotel that I stay at if I get displaced from my home or whatever, just if I want an in-state city getaway. And the breakfast is very good. So you get daily breakfast, 2 dinners, and 4 lunches. You get the yoga and the meditation. And also with this, you don't even have to worry about bringing your yoga mat from home. Everybody will get their own personalized yoga mat that has, our logo on it. You can even have Marcus sign it if you want. I'll have some Sharpies just in case. And
Absolutely.
then the accommodations are included as well. So our host hotel is the Rockefeller Hotel. It's in the city center. It's walking distance to the Cape Town Jazz Festival, which really doesn't matter because we'll have our transportation. They'll be able to take you to and from the concert area. And that's everything that's included, which is a lot. And then what's not included, so additional purchases, any of your souvenirs, of course, any upgrades or additional meals that you want to purchase, those are at your own expense. Flights are also not included. I've been checking out the flights, you guys. The flights have been looking really nicely lately. This is the perfect time to buy your flight. Just buy your flight. You can figure out everything else. Get your flight to Cape Town. That's my advice to you.
And time passes fast on those flights, as well. Especially now with Netflix and Apple and TV and all those kind of things. You download your stuff and the things you want to see. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Now, do we have any questions from the people? Let's see if we still have Deanna. We still have Wandy waiting. Do you guys want to answer and ask any questions?
Yeah, hi. That's a really good rundown. Thank you so much. It sounds like an amazing itinerary. Yeah. So, regarding the festivals themselves, the concerts, are they, I'm assuming they're both outside. Is that correct? Outdoors?
Yes, they're both outdoor festivals.
Okay. And, is it admission, like general admission to the festival? And I guess I'm thinking, from Atlanta, so I'm thinking Chastain Park, bring your own chairs or blankets or what? How does that work? Is there open seating or is there
It's
bring your own?
it's general admission. And so the festivals, like the Montreux Festival, this will be the first one for the Montreux Festival. I'll find out as soon as they release the details of how the sitting and how the area will be set up, and I'll let you know, right? But for the Cape Town Jazz Festival, it happens at night and it's mostly standing room. So it's not like people have their picnic tables, I mean, their chairs or their blankets. That's why I always suggest that you wear your comfortable shoes.
Mhm.
And how it works is there's this one huge area where there's the main stage, and that's all standing room. There's people might be sitting, but they're just sitting on the floor in their jackets usually. But most people are standing. And then you go inside because it's at the convention center. And in the convention center, there's rooms where they have artists performing, and then they have seats in those rooms. So for me, I usually go to the main stage for very specific artists that I want to see, and then you have a map and you get to go to any of the rooms. And so before the festival actually happens, Marcus and I will probably look at that map and see if there's any artists that we particularly want to see and that maybe he has a special relationship with, and then we'll make something special happen. We just don't know those details yet because they haven't announced any of the artists yet. But yeah, it's a
Mhm.
general admission. But whenever you roll with me, we're never general. We're always VIP. And Deanna here, Deanna, no, it's the truth. It's the truth. Deanna, you were here in Cape Town last year, and am I telling the truth or am I exaggerating? Okay, maybe Dee's not really here. Anyway, but no, so it will definitely be a VIP experience, but for the main stage, there's no seating usually.
Okay. Yeah, that's helpful to know because
I
I
am
think
here, but I couldn't unmute. I'm so sorry.
that.
So I just want to say that you do not want to miss this Meet Me in Cape Town. I am churning in my head right now, trying to figure out how to bring it all together. Um, but it is amazing. Tawani is amazing. What she says about VIP and the red carpet treatment is absolutely correct. And there will not be a dull moment. And of course, Marcus is amazing. Hey, Marcus, how you doing, brother?
I'm
I'm so
doing
glad
well.
you're going to be doing this.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. Like
Yes,
I'm so looking forward to this. For
it,
sure.
it's amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Did you have any questions, Deanna? Or did you have any more questions?
What are the dates again?
March 24th through 31st
Thank you.
of, 2026.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All righty. Wandy, any more questions?
I don't think so. I did go to a jazz festival last March, and it was at the Gardens. I'm not sure which jazz festival that was. It was in the Gardens. I walked there from my place in Glaston House,
Hmm.
uh,
It was
over by
probably
Parliament.
It's probably
Hmm.
a smaller jazz festival. So during this whole week, they will have like because the artists will be in town and then emerging artists are here. So in different places, they will have smaller concerts all around the city. So
Okay.
Cape Town International Jazz Festival is such a big deal, and there's so many jazz related events that go on throughout the week, in addition to
Oh,
the main.
got it. Okay. Because I did pass through that one at the, I think it's called the Gardens, because I
No,
just
it
walked
might
over.
be green Market Square. Was it like green or was it like concrete?
No, no, no. It was
Like was
I
it
know Green Market Square, and this
okay?
was over sort of by Parliament, I think.
Like
And
company. Okay, so you're probably right. It was
yes,
probably
yeah, Company Gardens. That's it. It was there.
yeah. All right. Any more questions? I know a question that I've been getting is there an a la carte menu? Yes, there is an a la carte menu. I just haven't released that a la carte menu yet, just because the way that Marcus and I built this out, we built it out as a total package, right? Because, it's a total package. We want people to come to Cape Town. We want them to be a part of this whole experience. And so to really appreciate the entire experience, we're encouraging everyone to get the entire package. Because you'll have access to some things that we're planning um specifically for our group. And it's hard if we have a whole bunch of a la carte people, but if we have like this really strong community, it's easier for Marcus to say, you know what, I have a solid 30 people. Can we all get into the VIP room instead of us having to say, okay, we're all getting into the VIP room, but hey, you can't come because you're not part of this whole experience. You only picked this, if that makes sense. And so we just want everybody to feel a part of the community and to have a really great experience, a really great VIP experience where they feel like something was actually planned specifically for them.
Outstanding.
Any more questions? All right. Well, cool. We will wrap this up. It's homecoming weekend, and Marcus is a Howard alumni, so I know he wants to
I'm
get into the streets.
gonna get out there. I may get back into bed right now. I got up early, so I need some rest. I've been running crazy. It's been great. Music's been doing really well, and it's a very interesting time. So it's to be able to do something that you love, with people that you love, and that people that respect what you do and love you back. It's a blessing. So I might get a little rest, head out a little bit later, but definitely looking for. I'm so looking forward to this, Tuani. I'm so glad you called me on this. This is so far overdue.
I've been trying to get you to Cape Town for a long time, so I'm happy that it's finally happening. Yes, and I cannot wait. So listen, follow Marcus Johnson, go to his page, his website, marcusjohnson360.com to find out where he is performing in the United States. If you want to see him before you come to Cape Town, make sure you download his music, start listening to his music. If you need a little bit more motivation, I'm sure that music will motivate you. Come fall in love with Cape Town like I've fallen in love with Cape Town, and we will definitely have some special things for you.
And we'll do some more Zoom, so if you want to tell people to come through, let us know, and we'll make sure that we will let you know when we're talking more about this. Because even in our last Zoom, we had a lot of discussion about not just the trip, but the background of Cape Town and Tuani as, you know, someone who's very deep in wine and has been for a decade at least right now.
Please,
So,
yeah, don't know my age. It's been a minute.
hey man, I'm right there with you. I mean, you know, you don't hear the creaking and the cracking, but no, brother, I've been there right there with you. So there's so much to do, but just to talk about the background of, you know, behind the scenes, what's happening in Cape Town, it's amazing.
Yeah, and so even if you want to get a group, if you're on the fence and you want to get a group of people together and you want to host a Zoom call, let us know. We'll pop into your Zoom call. Get your girlfriends together, get your guy friends together, get your family together, and let us know. And if you guys have any more questions, we are here to answer all of your questions and get you to Cape Town. We can't wait.
Sounds
All
awesome.
right. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.